Hey everyone, as I promised when I posted my last battle, I have been accepting some fan battles. I got about 10 to 12 battles already sent to my email and other sources, and I am going to post the first of these today since it's a holiday, Memorial Day in the United States. I had some free time. I looked at a good chunk of them, and this is one that stood out to me. That doesn't mean I'm not going to post the others. So I have a couple more that I kind of like, and I'm thinking about posting at a later time. But this is a battle, a Generation 6 battle, so the first Generation 6 battle I'm going to be posting on YouTube. Well, not mine, but you get what I mean. And it's between a YouTuber named MegamanNG and in a battle with his rival, so to speak, on YouTube, magmapulse. So this should be pretty interesting, and I've watched this battle just once through, so excuse if my narration is a little off, but I like the battle, so I'm going to post it here, and I'm going to leave both channels in the video description, so you can check them out. And as always, if I guess I can't say as always, but yet again, if you do want me to post a battle on YouTube, all you have to do is send me the video to my YouTube. I prefer video game in-game battles at this point, not the Pokemon Revolution or what is it? The browser game, but I'm gonna still look at them, and if I find one I like, I probably will end up posting it. So yeah, without further ado, here we go. Let's go to the battle. First thing you're probably going to notice is in Generation 6, Flat Battle as a Wi-Fi option is very popular. A lot of Wi-Fi battles in Generation 6 are level 50, so that's because the flat battle feature is going to reduce everyone from a level 100 to, or anyone above level 50 to level 50. So it's a very popular feature for those, obviously, who don't want to train their Pokemon all the way to a level 100, since we lack reliable, cheating devices in this generation. Regardless, the Chansey decides to just go off with the Paralyze right off the bat, and that's a pretty good play by Mega Man, just crippling the Roserade, knowing that he can't really do much to him. The Roserade is going to stay in and take the Seismic Toss, try to go for a Sludge Bomb, but obviously it's not going to do as much as he wants because Chansey is a big, fat, pink blob, and he has a ton of hit points and a ton of special defense. Regardless, that Donphan is going to scare Chansey away with an Earthquake, and he decides to go out into Starmie, but I guess the Magma guy made a pretty good play and decided to go Knockoff, and whoa! That kind of annihilated the Starmie, so that's a pretty good play by him. So now he goes into his own Roserade, the Mega Man guy, and Mega Man is going to go for a Leaf Storm. I guess he figured it's going to do a lot of damage no matter what he goes into, but he goes into a Florges, which is one of the new Fairy-type Pokemon, and a Pokemon that I really don't remember the weaknesses of. But whatever, Chansey is going to be a pretty good thing no matter what, because this thing is probably Special Base. I have encountered this in my own X and Y playthrough, but I'm actually kind of curious to see what it'll do in this competitive battle. Well, first of all, it's going to try to use Aromatherapy to get rid of the paralysis on its teammate, and now it's the Chansey just going to go for Toxic, but he already showed Aromatherapy, so obviously I think Mega Man is going to realize that Toxic Stalling a guy with Aromatherapy is not going to be very effective. Regardless, he decides to stay in for one more turn and just go for a Seismic Toss, hoping that he, can get some damage on it, but yeah, it seems to be taking about 1/4. It'll probably end up being a 5-hit KO due to leftovers. So, meanwhile, the Florges is just going to continue doing its Cosmic Power thing, raising its defensive stats. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he has in store for the Chansey, though. Oh, it has Protect. That's not good, actually, for Chansey, because that means it's... Oh, and it also has Wish. So, it wasn't a Cosmic Power, it's a Wish. So, yeah, there's no way this Chansey is going to be able to do much to Florges. I don't know why I thought it was Cosmic Power. Regardless, yeah, I don't know why he's staying in here with Chansey. Chansey really doesn't have anything to really stop this Florges at all. But he's going to stay in and keep trying to wither it down. Eventually, the Florges switches out into Steamroller, the Donphan again, and Chansey also switches. I guess he finally realized that Florges, was going to just completely wall him. But yeah, both people switch. I guess he wanted to switch out of Florges because of a PP issue, and well, that switch ended up working out for Mega Man because Roserade is obviously going to scare away the Donphan. He tries to go for a Sleep Powder on the switch, but fails because it misses, and then he goes for a, what is that, Spider Web, so I guess that means, what was that move? Oh, you know what it was? It was Sticky Web, the new Generation 6 entry hazard that lowers the speed of a Pokemon switching in, so it's a pretty diabolical thing to be setting up, so pretty good thing indeed. So anyway, he goes out into his own Roserade, and it looks like his Roserade is more of a defensive set than Mega Man's, but Sludge Bombs seem to be doing pretty good damage to each other, but it looks like Mega Man survived just barely and is still faster, so it's pretty good for Mega Man. He's then going to switch in to Aurorius, I believe. Yeah, Aurorius. One of the new fossil Pokemon, and he does that, I guess, to try to save his Roserade for later. But I guess that's a pretty good place if his Roserade has some good... I mean, Roserade is good speed. It can still be used as a revenge killer even if it's at low health. Regardless, yeah, Mega Man's just going to keep going for Sludge Bomb, and that ended up doing quite a nice chunk of damage to Florges. And then Florges, well, finishes off the Roserade with whatever the heck that was, some kind of Moonbeam. I guess that's a fairy move. Actually, I know that's a fairy move. Regardless, knowing that the Florges is about half dead at this point and also has the poison set up, he feels safe going back into Chansey. And Florges has no option but to go for a Wish and hoping he can survive the Seismic Toss, but obviously he would know that he cannot, because he does not have 50 hit points. However, he still goes for it, so I guess he wanted to set up a Wish for another one of his Pokemon. Kind of expected to see Roserade come back in for the Wish, but no, he's going to go back into Donphan and get poisoned on it. So that's a somewhat questionable play for Magma, but Donphan is an effective Pokemon to tank Chansey, well, to do damage to Chansey because of its physical attacks, and kind of poor for him is that Chansey ends up surviving the first Earthquake, which, and now he's going to try to stall with Soft-Boiled, with a Toxic. So he's just trying to Toxic stall out the Donphan. It looks like Earthquake is doing a little bit more damage than he's healing with Soft-Boiled, but he can't stay in, really, because he doesn't want that Toxic Poison to rack up. And this Chansey is pretty much completely walling Magma right now. So he goes out into Battle Bug, well, at least that's what it was called in my Pokemon White playthrough. No, this is a Galvantula, and he just goes for a Stabbed Thunder Thunderbolt, and obviously it's still not going to be doing a whole lot to Chansey. So right now, the stall is real. The stall is definitely real, and Toxic Stalling is some people call it cheap, but I actually like Toxic Stalling, even if it's done by a fat a fat Chansey thing. Regardless. This Chansey, I think, probably it probably has Evolite Stone. I haven't seen a leftovers on it, so Evolite is going to raise his defense and special defense, so I guess that's ideal for a Toxic Stalling Chansey. Anyway, so Magma goes out into his Absol, which is the Pokemon he has chosen to be his Mega Evolution Pokemon. So he Mega Evolves into Absol, and Chansey does not want to stay in and take an Absol, so he goes into Mienshao. A good Pokemon to attack an Absol with, being that it's fighting, and he's going to be forced to switch out and waste his Mega Evolution, which is not in his favor, because I think you can only Mega Evolve once per battle, so that's a pretty good play, making him lose the Mega Evolution. Regardless, here comes back in Donphan, and Donphan is going to go for an Earthquake, but he brings in Rotom Wash, which is a Levitator, and yeah, that's obviously not going to be able to hit Rotom Wash, and he has to switch because obviously he does not want to take a Water move or a Blizzard move. Actually, that's not. Is that Rotom Wash or is it Rotom the? Yeah, it must be the Rotom Ice one. I don't really know which one is that called because it has Blizzard. Regardless, Aurorus is going to come in and go for some kind of Rock move and then paralyze Blissey, which I guess that he's hoping that eventually Blissey will get Parahax, and he just did. So if he can get us a Parahax or two, he'd be able to KO the Blissey despite the Soft-Boiled, because he won't be able to Soft-Boiled, obviously, if he gets Parahaxed. The Blissey does go for one Soft-Boiled, however, so I think the Donphan does have its work cut out for it. It needs a crit, or it needs Chansey to be paralyzed. Although, that's probably a pretty poor play for him. He should have just kept going Soft-Boiled, but instead he decides to go for a Seismic Toss to try to get rid of Donphan sooner. But that's going to let Donphan be able to KO here with Earthquake, and he predicted the switch into Rotom by the looks of it. But that's not going to do a whole lot of damage to Rotom, and the Donphan is going to be lost. He brings in his Absol back. Oh, the Absol stays Mega Evolved. Okay, I did not know that. For some reason, I'm completely shocked. So the Absol is still Mega Evolved, so that's pretty good, and yeah, it's going to probably kill this Rotom with Mega Absol. But first he's going to switch out because I guess he doesn't want to take anything, or he's predicting a switch himself, and yeah, Mega Man does switch, so Magma's starting to make some good plays again. He goes out into Arcanine, and, well, Arcanine is going to close combat the Aurorus, so that's not so good for Magma. And Aurorus is taken care of, and goodbye, Aurorus. That is, I like Aurorus, too. Aurorus is a very cool Pokemon. I named mine Littlefoot. And my wife Caitlin, when she played through Pokemon X, got a what is it? The other one, I forget what it's called. They named it Sharptooth. If you can get those references, that's pretty cool. Regardless, Rotom Ice, I guess, comes in just to die, and well, he's going to taunt Chansey, which is a great play, because when you taunt, obviously, you can't do things like Toxic or Soft-Boiled, so it pretty much wrecks the Chansey. The Chansey's just going to go for a Seismic Toss just to try to deal some damage to Absol, but that's all it really can do, and Chansey faints. However, he still has this MegamanNG, and MegamanNG, being a fighting type, is the perfect counter to an Absol. It's just going to go for a Fake Out just to get some guaranteed damage, and, well, it still has Play Rough, though. So, and Play Rough, being a Fairy-type move, is going to be super effective against fighting types. And I guess the MegamanNG is outsped by Absol, the Mega Absol. But Mega Absol is not able to KO Arcanine, unfortunately, and Flare Blitz obviously will KO the Mega Absol, which I believe is his last Pokemon, so, and just hangs on after the Life Orb and the, the recoil from Flare Blitz, and that gives the victory to Jose, aka MegamanNG. So that was a interesting battle, one of the first, well, I mean, I've watched a few other Gen 6 battles, and they're somewhat interesting with their new moves. I mean, we saw the new Entry Hazard move that I kind of like, Sticky Web, in this battle, and a few of the new Pokemon, including the Fairy-type and, you know, an Absol with Fairy-type moves, and it's an interesting metagame, I'll give it that, but something that I do not have time for at the moment. But if you enjoyed this battle, make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Also check out the two battlers from this video. I leave both links in the video description. MegamanNG has some nice narrations. I was checking out his channel a bit before narrating this video, and he has some nice narrations on his channel, nice battles and nice narrations. Very clear, very concise. If you like watching some narrated Wi-Fi battles, I think you'll like his channel a lot, so make sure you check it out. And, yeah, let's do a question of the day. What do you think about the Generation 6 metagame as it compares to Generation 5 or Generation 4? Do you think Generation 6 made some improvements? What don't you like about the Generation 6 metagame? As for me, like I said, it's a lot of interesting things, including Mega Evolutions, new entry moves, and, well, just a lot of new moves and the new type. I mean, definitely shook things up with the Fairy type, and Mega Evolutions is the big one for me. I thought previously, before I recorded this video, I kind of thought Mega Evolutions disappeared when you switched out, but apparently that's not the case, making them a bit more powerful than I thought, but overall it's different. That's all I can really say for it. I mean, it has made a lot of cool new moves. The Fairy type, I think, has helped balance it a bit, you know, helps reduce the, well, it helped balance out the types, because previously Dragon was overwhelmingly powerful, and so was Fighting as an attacking type, so I really do like the Fairy type. Not so keen on Mega Evolution still. I still think they, I'm not a big fan, but, you know, it is an interesting mechanic. Regardless, thank you for watching, and, well, yeah, that's all I have to say. Leave that comment about what your thoughts are on the Generation 6 metagame, and if you want me to post a battle that you had, send it to my email address, also in the video description. Thanks for watching, take care, bye.